through our shoulder shelf attack series here. So Dan's in my closed guard. Actually, let's maybe go in this direction. It's a little easier to see the arm that I'm attacking. All right, if you guys don't know about getting to the shoulder shelf, watch the last video. I will do a quick redo of it. So if you're pretty confident in jiu-jitsu, it should be pretty easy to pick up on it. If you're not, watch the shoulder shelf burrito grip video first. So I have my burrito grip here. I use my leg lift to pull him in, pull his arm across. As he pulls his arm back, stuff the elbow into my hip. From right here, foot on hip, hand on the back of his head, come across his back, and jump into the shoulder shelf position, right? So his shoulders out, his arms in right here. The very first attack that most people are gonna think of when they come here is gonna be the arm bar. And that's correct. That's the correct attack to go with, right? So from this position right here, I'm in control of his wrist with this hand. Ideally, I want some people like the thumb facing up. If I can turn it so that his hand is facing all the way up, it's gonna be even tighter. So from right here, if I can, I like to take this hand and kind of slide it wrist to wrist on him right here. So I'm gonna go from his hand up here, my wrist is gonna go here. I'm just gonna kind of slide it across, grab onto my gi right here, or just hold it real tight, right? So this wrist to wrist position is gonna leave him like this, which is a really exposed position to get arm barred from somebody's guard. So if this hand comes here, I roll wrist to wrist on him. I can grab onto my own lapel if I need extra grip. So I'm in the gi, I'm going to. From right here, I want this leg to come sort of high and sideways, push his head away, and then I'm gonna lock this leg on his head as well, right? So I have this leg on his body, this leg on his head. And from right here, I'm just gonna bring both hands to the wrist right here, and then I'm gonna keep these legs locked down. I'll start popping my hips up, and I have my arm bar from right there. So with that, Dan here, in case you don't know arm bar position, because I think in this series we've not actually hit this yet, I have this wrist trapped against my chest, right? And then I have my legs squeezed above his elbow. So my legs are squeezed above his elbow, like on his tricep bicep area, and then I have him controlled with my wrist below his elbow area, so almost wrist. So his elbow is stuck in between here. I'm squeezing his upper arm with my legs, and I'm controlling his lower arm with my hands. From here, in order to break it, what I need to do is just get some movement in this space. So from right here, I'm gonna pop my hips upwards, bring my back down, bring my legs down. So as I sort of stomp down with my legs and bridge back to my shoulders, it's gonna bring the ends of the lever downwards. And then as I bring my hips upwards, it's gonna bring the middle of the lever upwards, the lever being his arm. So we're gonna pull down, push up. And it's gonna cause that braking effect to the elbow joint. So Dan, let me see you again. Close guard, burrito grip, leg lift, elbow into the hip, head, back, shoulder shelf. From right here, this hand comes wrist to wrist, flattens his arm out, push his head away while I clamp down on this leg, right? This leg's clamping down so he doesn't posture out, while this leg comes next to it. So I'm clamping his head, I'm clamping his back. So I'm gonna have those feet going down, my shoulders going down, and I'm gonna lift my hips up, and that effect is gonna cause the arm bar. Let's turn like this way so I can see the arm bar finished from the side. So we're here, leg lift burrito grip, elbow to the hip, head, back, shoulder shelf, wrist to wrist. Once I'm here, push his head, clamp down. Okay, so if you haven't, let's, he is never gonna put his arm here, but we're just gonna put this here so you can see his arm better, right? So his arm is controlled above the elbow up here. It's controlled below the elbow right here, and then his elbow is right here. So as I lift my hips up, stomp my feet down, we get that braking effect on the arm.